Hey, what's up everybody? This is DDS, and in this video I am discussing why I haven't put up a mixing video. And the simple answer to that is I have a different technique than a lot of people. I get asked a lot to do mixing videos or a mixing tutorial on how I mix my beats, but to be honest about it, I have my own technique that I use, which was I make my beats in Machine, and then from there I track them out and then put the track out in Logic Pro, and then from there I mix it how I want it. You know, everything is already arranged and whatnot. So when I do that, I literally only do the levels and panning and EQing and other effects that I want to have on my beats. As far as, well, I can't even say the effects I want on my beats. I guess like reverb and all that stuff, I do all that. But for effects such as automation and all that, I do that in Machine. But what I did was probably a year or so ago, excuse my text message thing going up, probably about a year or so ago, I used to mix my beats, and I noticed that I really kept things in certain places because that's where I liked them. And then I would sit up there and just keep putting them in the same places sometimes. Depending on the beat, I may use a different drum. So this one needs to come down a little bit more, bring this one up higher, put it a little bit more this way, a little more that way, little tweaks like that. But I have a general basic idea as to where I want everything once I get it going. Like once I export it from Machine, I already know I want my snare to be panned this way, I want my EQ on it this way, I want that. And if I use a different instrument, that's different. But for the most part, it's always generally in the same place, you know. So what I did was I came up with a template, which is simply just, well, I can't even say that that's what it is. What my template is, I had effects that I would use, and they're just stock effects, stock plugins that I use from Logic, like an EQ, compressor, all that stuff, reverbs, all that I just loved how they sounded. And I would just put them where I want them, because you know, even in Logic where you stack them makes a difference. So I had them stacked the best way, because for me, it's just easier to have it already up and ready to go. So that way all I have to do is drag my files over to it. They're listed out. From there, I just mix the levels of where I want each stem, I guess I should say, each stem, every instrument. I want this here, I want this there. I already have the general idea of where I want it. I turn everything, pan it how I want it. And then from there, I EQ or add effects to each thing as I feel is needed. And then from there, I will tweak what's on my master output, my master, dang, I forgot what it's called, my master track, excuse me. So yeah, I mean, it's really simple when it comes to how I do it, because it doesn't take me long. I don't spend that long mixing the beat. I know some people say that they spend an hour, 2 hours mixing the track. I don't do that. I get it to sound good. I know what I want. I give it that sound that I'm looking for, you know, so it doesn't take me long to do that. And then also, I had a engineer who mixes a lot of tracks at a big studio tell me that my mixes sound good. He said he could tell when he could tell my beats from other people's beats because they stand out in a good way with the mixes. So that told me that what I was doing is good. Now, some people may disagree and be like, no, you need to spend all this time, because I had somebody tell me that if I'm not spending at least 30 minutes on each track, I'm doing something wrong. But everybody got their own way of doing something. I'm not gonna spend 30 minutes mixing a beat unless it's just something about it that's like something so different where I need to do something, everything individually. Outside of that, I'm just doing it. And then on top of that, sometimes when you send stuff out, it will get remixed by another engineer when another artist hops on it, especially with a big artist. They'll have his engineer or his or her engineer do what they want to do to the track. So you have to send them the stems. So they're not going to take your mix. I mean, they're doing a 2-track, cool. But if they really doing something with it, they're going to ask you for the stems for it. So it's going to get remixed again. So, I mean, you can spend as much time as you feel comfortable with. I'm one of those people who I'll spend times on my beats. Like, I know some people make beats in 5 minutes. I'll make a beat anywhere from 5 to 30 to 40 minutes, you know. So everybody has their own ways. I just didn't put out a tutorial on how I mix, simply because my way is completely different. You're not going to go through and have everything set up the way I have it already set up. It's going to be a quick thing about drag this here, Now I'm about to put this here, put this there, put this here, put this there, put this here, put this there. Let me make sure this is EQ. Let me make sure this ain't peaking. This sounds how I want it, and then I'm done. It's not going to be the whole in-depth of, well, what you want to do is this, what you want to do is that. I probably could do that because that's what how I came up with my template, how I found my original ideas. Like, I was like, okay, this needs to go here, this needs to go there. I could do something like that, but if you just wanted to see me just straight up how I mix right now, is literally I opened up my DDS template for Logic Pro, throw my files over there, pan and level everything where I want it, and then if I want to EQ this snare, this kick, this 808, all that, I do all that then, and then I'm literally done. Like, it doesn't take me that long to do it. So, but if I may come up with a video to show how I at least came up with my template, you know. And like I said, I use stock plugins for mixing. I know people who go out and buy the most expensive plugins that they can find to try and get a certain sound. But if an engineer that works at a big studio tells me that my stuff sounds good and compliments me on it, that's good enough for me, because he worked with some of the biggest artists out right now. So that's big. That's enough for me. I don't have to spend all that time to tell me that it's working for me. So everybody has their own ways, you know. Get in the comments, tell me what you think. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe. To all the people that support me, I just want to say I appreciate you all for your support, and thank you for watching. Let me know what you guys think. Would you like for me to break down what made me do the template, how I came up with the template? Because then I may be able to do a screen capture video where I sit up there and break down every little thing that's in it. And from there, you know, it'd be cool. I guess it'll be helpful to some people because I only use stock plugins when it comes to mixing. As far as certain things, when it comes to automation and effects like that, I have paid for plugins for that type of stuff, but I do that stuff in Machine when I'm coming up with a beat. So yeah, just get in the comments. Let me know what you all think. I appreciate you for watching. More videos coming soon. Thank you.